What's crazy to me is that even if you were to have sold your silver all the way up here at 90, 96, you still probably would have only got 85. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Stock Report. If you want to win this 1996 American Silver Eagle, please hit that comment, subscribe button, because at 100 subscribers, we are giving away this beautiful 1996 American Silver Eagle. Now, if we come over here to our daily chart, this is kind of where we're sitting at right now. We got the you-know-what beat out of us, and it was not pretty. We hit this top over here. We got rejected along this trend line. I took out some of these trend lines. If you've been watching these videos, you know I had a couple more drawn. I went ahead and took them out because they were not playing out, and they were not going to play out, so I wasn't going to hold on to a loss. So I went ahead and reconnected the dots a little bit. Our zones all stayed the same. We have zone 1, zone 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, we are currently in zone 2. Guys, we did consolidate for a while in zone 1, and if you did watch these videos, end of February, beginning of March, right here in this area, mainly kind of right around here, I did say that we would be kind of going into, if we could go from zone 1 to zone 5, it would be nice if we could come back and consolidate into zone 2 and then take it to zone 5 and then maybe consolidate in zone 3. Now we did have some consolidation here in zone 3, but as you can see, that was highly rejected, we rejected the bottom of it, and then we came up, but then along this trend, we rejected it on the upside multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And remember, these are 4-hour candles. 6 times 4 is 24. So for 24 hours straight, we were getting rejected along this line. We tested it one more time, trying to come up past that line and beat it. I did say that if we could stay above that, then I would be a little bit more bullish, but we did not stay above it. And matter of fact, we got rejected hard to the downside. Now, if you do know, again, one thing that I stress on is whenever we see these rejections either on the downside or the upside, it does usually have a big move afterwards. So here back in early February, we rejected along this 86, took us all the way down to 72, and then we consolidated here in zone 1 and rejected it multiple times on the downside here, and that did take us all the way up to 987, and then we tested it multiple times over a couple days span right here, and we rejected this bottom, and we took us all the way up to 95. Now after getting this, we did have oil spike. This was whenever we initially struck Iran right here, so this was a lot of news and hype being built, or a lot of hype being built up, and this was the news right here in this area. And so you always know, buy the hype, sell the news. And so we did see a rejection all the way down here to that $78 mark. Now we did consolidate for a couple of days, about a week actually, about a week into the zone 3 area between that $79 to $86 range, and we did break through, but again that was rejected. Now why this is currently happening, I can't really put a pin on it. I've looked through the news. I mean, yeah, we're striking Iran. I mean, the SPY, the S&P, the NASDAQ, they're really not doing the best either. I think we did have a green day today, but one green day isn't going to change the entirety of the market. So I can't necessarily explain why we're seeing this right here, other than just natural market dynamics. I want to see how we test this line right here, the 78. I want to see if we continue to reject it. I do think that we're going to see 78, 80 may not hold, but I do want to see why or how we play along this line right here. If we can stay in this zone 2, maybe create some sort of formation like this somewhat inverse head and shoulders that we saw right here. Let's see if we can create some sort of formation right here as we come to this tipping point at the end of March. This would be March 24th. That would be in about a week's time right now. Today is currently the 16th. So yeah, that would be next Tuesday would be the end of this. So if we can see some nice consolidation, I would be a little bit more bullish. But this is why I'm very hesitant when it comes to buying silver right now. I did go to the coin show this past weekend, and I sold a couple coins, not Silver Eagles. They were some Carson Cities that I had in my stash. Wanted to see what I could get for them, and I got the price that I wanted. So super happy about that. So finally, I've been holding on to them for about 3 to 4 months now. So I have not been too happy about that. Just haven't been getting the price that I wanted. But like I said, I did get the price I wanted this weekend, so I went ahead and I let those go. for a profit. I'd rather hold a little longer than take a loss because I know what they're worth, and sometimes it's just about finding that right buyer. And we did do that. So now, again, if you can get 80% or 90%, around 80% of market value, I do think that's a good buy. But as far as buying silver eagles or generic rounds, this is a good area. It's statistically we are in the lower zone 2s, but just know we can go lower down to the 70s. Now again, even if you were to have sold up here, everyone's paying around $5 to $10 back a spot, so you would have only got 85. And then if you were to buy here at 80, everyone's charging around $5 to $10 above spot, so you're still buying around 85, 90. So even if you sold up at the top, you would not be able to buy at today's price for cheaper than you sold it for. Even though the price is cheaper, you were still hovering around that same area. So that's why I'm just kind of being very cautious about this, because even if I buy here and it goes back up to 90, I'm still not, or 95, and you want to sell for a little profit, you're not going to be able to. You're going to have to continue for that long hold up top. So I kind of want to see how we continue to play out here. Anything that you can get at spot, then I think there's a good deal. Or anything you can get back a spot, I think is a good deal as well. Right now I'm just being very cautious, stacking dimes, quarters, halves when I can, and when I find them below spot. A lot of dealers still have them below spot, so just keep in mind that that's kind of what I'm looking for in this area right here. But guys, it does look like we're taking a beating right now, so make sure you're staying safe out there when you're buying. Don't just think since we're at 80 we can't go lower, because we definitely can, and we definitely have these times right here. I honestly, as much as I don't want to say it, I think we could come back and test these mid to low 70s. I really hope we don't, but this market has been very volatile, and as you see, whenever we have moves, they do tend to be on the bigger side, whether they be on the downside, the upside, another downside, another upside swing. We had a downside and a bigger downside here, and so are we due for a bigger upside swing? I do think so, but at the same time, I can't necessarily fully guesstimate it. I'm just reading the charts, reading the volume down here, kind of seeing where the market's at right now. But yeah, everyone, that's what I have for today. Hope everyone stays safe, stack smart, and of course, I'll see you tomorrow.